Well, with Matt Gaetz taking his name out of Attorney General consideration, President-elect Donald Trump has selected Pam Bondi to be the nation's top law enforcement official. The former Florida Attorney General is seen as another loyal ally for Trump as his second administration takes shape. If confirmed, Bondi would oversee the Justice Department's 100,000 employees across 40 divisions, including the FBI and DEA. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now there on Capitol Hill. So, Nikole, give us some background on who Pam Bondi is, what she brings to the table, and how people there are receiving this selection.
Yeah, well, most notably, she is, as you mentioned, or is the former Attorney General for the state of Florida, the first female Attorney General for the state of Florida, I might add. And so for that reason, that certainly stands out on her resume. She served the state for about 8 years. And so in terms of the reception here on Capitol Hill, there's certainly some relief in the sense that she has a lot of legal experience. As you see there, she also served as a member of the President-elect's defense team during his first impeachment trial, as well as on other matters. So from that standpoint, for the most part, her reception here on Capitol Hill is being met with overall a sense that this is a solid pick all around, certainly less controversial than Matt Gaetz. Many people see her as qualified for the role. And while, yes, she is an ally of the president-elect, they do feel that she brings quite a bit of experience to the table. In fact, Chuck Grassley, who is poised to become the Senate Judiciary Chairman, said that he looks forward to vetting her in this process.
All right. Well, Nikole, I'm wondering, another question that people have is what's going to happen with Matt Gaetz's seat in the House?
Well, as of now, he has made clear in an interview that he doesn't intend to return to the 119th Congress. Of course, he resigned a little over a week ago after he was named as President-elect Trump's pick for Attorney General, and obviously just withdrew on Thursday. But that being said, he said that he feels that he is better served on the outside versus coming back to Congress. And so that does raise questions about what happens next. For instance, with that House ethics report, as you recall earlier this week, the committee was unable to reach a consensus on whether or not to release the findings from that review into allegations of sexual misconduct and other matters. However, at this point in time, the Ethics Committee Chairman, Congressman Gaetz, has made clear that he feels that this is now a moot issue. There's really no need to put out this report or bring it back up, even though the panel is due to meet early next month. So we'll see where things go from there. But at least on the part of the ethics chairman, not much of an appetite to resurrect this debate over that report.
Yeah. Nikole, there's also another interesting thing that's happening on Capitol Hill. I'm hoping you can give our viewers some insight into. Senate Democrats struck a deal with Republicans to confirm some of President Biden's final judicial confirmations. What can you tell us about that agreement?
Well, certainly significant in that in the short time that President Biden has left. I mean, this is certainly part of his legacy in terms of not only confirming a number of diverse selections to the bench, but also doing it at a pretty rapid clip throughout the course of his administration. And that is something that Democrats in the White House didn't necessarily want slowed down, but that Republicans were threatening to do. So reaching this agreement kind of allows the process to move forward. And, that is significant because, as you know, Lana, that is one of many things on the to-do list here on Capitol Hill in the month or so that is left for this existing Congress. So, everything from government funding to disaster aid, there's certainly a lot that needs to get done. And so this is kind of one thing they can take off of the bucket list in terms of having a protracted fight over judicial nominees.
Lots to do. Nikole Killion, thank you so much.
You bet.